I'm Sandy Rose.
Hi, I'm Reverend Franklin D. Morris Jr.
Hi, I'm Pastor William Q. James, and we are the owners of WVTC Gospel Radio Network.
And I am Ramon Perry, president of WVTC.
Well, with your votes and prayers, WVTC Gospel Radio Network made it to round 2 of the Stellar Gospel Music Awards in the category of Internet Radio Station of the Year. And one last time, we need your vote.
So we need you to go to www.thestellarawards.com and click on the 2023 Radio Station Award ballot.
Once you're on the ballot, look for the category Internet Radio Station of the Year and cast your vote for WVTC Gospel Radio Network, Ramon Perry, president.
Voting is limited to 2 per household, and voting closes on Monday, May 1st.
We thank you for voting for WVTC Gospel Radio Network, and we ask that God's continued blessings upon you and your entire family. Remember, we're WVTC Gospel Radio Network, where
we're winning victory through Christ.
WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, our website, www.wvtcradio.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. Thank you for tuning to WVTC Radio Detroit and the Community Bell Show with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner, Edna Bell. Stay tuned for insightful information Detroiters will find valuable. Text a friend and tell them to watch with you for news you can use. And now, your host, Edna Bell.
Come on and tell somebody. Hello, 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 everyone. It is Monday. It's Monday at 4 o'clock, so it must be the Community Bell Show. Welcome, everyone, to our Monday affair. You and I have a Monday affair at 4 o'clock to talk about everything we can think of that's important to our community. But we thank you again for joining us, joining the Community Bell Show here on WVTC Radio Detroit. We have very special guests today. You haven't heard from them in a while, but we've got a very, very special guest today. But before we get to our guests, I want to talk about three things. The first one, I know you saw the ad before the show came on that talked about voting for the Stellar Awards for the best radio station in our market. I want to emphasize again, please, please, please go to the internet, vote for WVTC to be the winner of the Stellar Award. Again, we won the Stellar Award last year for our market, and we're looking forward to doing it again. So please vote. Voting ends on the 10th of April. So everybody go to your phones, your laptops, wherever you communicate, and vote for WVTC Radio, Internet Station of the Year, so that we can be a two-time winner of the Stellar Awards. That would be wonderful. Secondly, just want to give a shout out to someone that we all know, and that's Betty Doremus. Betty Doremus is a writer, or was a writer before she retired, for both the Free Press and the News at some point in time. And we had a celebration for Betty last week at the Wayne County Community College Eastern District that was put on and orchestrated by Alberta Tinsley Talabi, former state rep and former city council person. It was a wonderful event for Betty Doremus. It was so good to see her again and see the other young journalists that she has inspired. And so another happy birthday to Betty Doremus. Last week, we celebrated Betty. It was a wonderful celebration, and we're just happy that we were able to be there to celebrate with her. And then the last thing, and I'll talk about this again next Monday, Belle of the Ball. And for those of you who don't know what Belle of the Ball is a celebration for young ladies who are graduating for prom dresses. Wayne County Commission Chair Alicia Bell, for 17 years, has been giving away prom dresses for young ladies who are graduating, who may not have the wherewithal to be able to purchase a dress. They are beautiful dresses that are supplied by individuals, by salons, by bridal shops, by wonderful stores who see the vision and it's helping these young ladies look the very best they can be for their prom. The Belle of the Ball takes place on the 15th of April. The 15th of April, it's a Saturday, from 9 until 1. You can call Commissioner Bell's office at 224-0936. That's area 313-224-0936, and make your appointment to come and get your prom dresses. And we have wonderful people who give us new shoes and purses and jewelry. The community is really very special, has always steps up to support these young ladies. And so if you have a young lady, please let her call, make the appointment. It's all free. You can come from anywhere in the metropolitan area or outside of the metropolitan area, but the dresses are free. Come and celebrate with us and with these young ladies. And then the last thing is really interesting. Go to your internet and look at what Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, is doing. He is attempting to ban the Divine Nine from college campuses in Florida because he says they discriminate. How about that? So you might want to look that up. There have been protests by the Divine Nine. And for those of you who don't know what the Divine Nine is, it's the 9 African-American sororities. And Ron DeSantis is trying to ban them in Florida. There, I said my little announcements now for our very special guest. And he's not really a guest anymore. He's almost a part of the family. We've had him on so much. We just consider him a part of the WVTC family. The Honorable Sheriff Raphael Washington, Wayne County Sheriff. We're just glad to have you with us again, Sheriff. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well, and I'm doing well, and it's nice to be back here with you, for sure. And I just wanted to say, I heard you just say that in Florida, That's Divine Nine. That's the sororities and the fraternities.
Yes,
That's involved
yes.
in that. Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Got to stop
Yes.
that for sure. Got to stop.
Is that just amazing?
Incredible. And it's him calling something discriminating.
Isn't that amazing? Quite amazing. Quite amazing.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, it's good to be here.
And we are always happy to have you because you always bring such wonderful information for us. And we know you've got someone new to your staff that you'd like to introduce to us. Introduce your new staff member.
I do. So as you know, when I come on, I didn't want it to always be about me. And, I wanted to highlight some of the officers and staff members who are working with me to help me move this agency forward. And so I never want anybody to think it's just me. And so Erica Hill is now a part of our agency. Commissioner, I had it was so difficult for me to understand that I have to try to relinquish some things, and try to involve people because I'm such a hands-on kind of person.
Know. You want to touch everything all the time. Help America.
Everything all the time. And I mean, it's incredible. And I'm trying to really learn how to let some things go. If you know anything about me, they know I'm going to be the first one at the event and I'm going to be the last one to leave. And it's not even my event,
I know.
And so let alone my event, and so I often schedule my things. I have to approve the schedule, and I'm trying to be at 15 places in one day. And so when we start out with one or two, I'm staying longer than I should because I just feel like I can't leave when I've already scheduled a lot of things. I don't know how I figure I can't leave when I got to go to the next place, but I just don't know how. I'm trying to learn how to do that. And I understood when I was not an elected official, when people would come to our church or various places, I would understand that, hey, they can't be here. They got to come in and they got to get in and leave. I understand that. Now, when it comes my time, I'm like, I'm not understanding how you got to leave. I'm like, you got to be there, but it was a lot. I had my security team who says they have to be with me. I am the police, but they say
police have to have some police too now.
I guess so, and that drives them crazy in itself. But nevertheless, I had them doing administrative things, while we out, and they like, we can't do this and watch you and watch people and all at the same time. So I said, you know what? I have to have somebody out there with me. And I've often seen some politicians, although I always say I'm a public servant, I'm not a politician, but I've seen some of them always have somebody with them for those kind of things.
Yes.
And I said, I need somebody with me outside to keep me on track, to tell me when it's time to go, to just help me help carry those things. And so Erica became available. Erica, and she could tell you where she came from and all of that. But she was available. I've known Erica for a long time, and I've always said to myself, really, and I said to her as I thought things might have been shaping up, that I was going to be something else. And I said I would want you, if you ever were available, to be a part of my staff some kind of way, and because I've watched her work, and she knows a lot of people, and knows how to handle people and be polite and just carry somebody that can have that can reflect who I am and what I want to do in this position. And so she became available, and I asked her would she come, and she said yes, and so she's here, and she's doing a wonderful job. We have to talk often to make sure that I'm on the right track with what I have to do daily. And the places where she needs to go, she's willing to go. She's willing to work a little later when it's time to do that, because I don't have a 9 to 5, And so she's.
And if it were you would have 724. So
exactly, if it was up to me. If it was up to me, you are absolutely right.
I'm so glad Erica's there to not only do that, but to save you a little bit, because we can't wear you out in the
I
so.
have to really learn that. I really do, because I have to change that some kind of way. And I am tired,
I'm sure
and
you are.
and I just got to do better. But I got to be about these people. I have to be out here touching these people too, So she's here to help me navigate that and show me how that's done. And so Erica, go ahead. So that's why she's here, Commissioner.
Oh, right. Well, thank you, Commissioner Bell. Thank you, Sheriff, for those kind words. I think that the introductory song, "You Should Be a Witness for Jesus," is very apropos, because we need Jesus when we are working. And we also need Jesus to get the sheriff to do what he needs to do, because only Jesus can help.
Sometimes that's the only one that's going to help. Huh?
That's true. That's true.
That's what we need. But as the sheriff said, we've had conversation over the course of the time since we both worked very hard on the Benny Napoleon campaign. As you know, the sheriff worked for Benny Napoleon. I was there, and so that was one of the things that I've done over the lifetime of my career. I started working for the city of Detroit in 2006, which seems like it was just yesterday. And I've had the pleasure of working for every mayor since then. And so I am very well versed in the community. I'm very well versed in the governmental affairs. And so when the sheriff asked me to come and work for him once he became the sheriff, it really was a no-brainer for me to accept the assignment. Some people say that I'm bossy. I don't believe it, Commissioner Bell, because
she is.
Okay, Erica. Now,
I don't know.
This is me.
Thank you. Let's keep it real. Yes, she is.
Well,
yes.
I wouldn't call it bossy. I'd say a little bit assertive when needed.
There we go. Right.
How's that?
Because when she tells me we got something else to do, my security would tell me that, to be like, "Oh man, I'm coming, whatever." She's like, "We got to go now." I'm like, "I got to go, y'all." So yeah.
Yes. I love it.
But it is an opportunity for me to help the sheriff. He is very hands-on. He does want to do everyone's job in the sheriff's department. He feels that he's totally qualified to do that. And it is my responsibility to reassure him that that is not it. We need you
and they can do their job.
I tell him all the time, that is what you hired them to do. And so we're going to allow them to do that so that you can be the sheriff. And so that is one of my core responsibilities, is just to ensure.
Oh, that's a big job.
I know. I think I have 4 more gray hairs since I started.
That's funny.
But I do appreciate his tenacity and his work ethic and his drive to make sure that all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted within his agency. And that's very admirable. I've worked again in politics and in city government for a long time, and everyone doesn't have the same approach to work. Mm-hmm. And so everybody doesn't have the same approach to the details as well. And so I've often been the person to have to acknowledge those details and cross those I's. And now I'm in the position where I'm saying, we're not worried about those details, sir. We need to go on. We need to do something else.
That's true.
But it is an honor and a privilege to work for the agency. It is the sheriff's goal to ensure, one of the things that we talked about that he lives by is that, if someone calls or he has contact with someone, he wants to be able to provide an answer and a solution to whomever that is. And so we align in those in that thought process, because I'm all about customer service and ensuring that the citizens of the county, formerly for me, the citizens of the city, have the best experience when they experience us. Before I came to the county, I was actually the deputy director of the Civil Rights Department. And prior to that, I worked in the General Services Department. And I would always tell my staff, in the General Services Department, we would provide permits for people that were utilizing city parks. And, some people thought of that as just, it was rudimentary work. People call, they want to know if they can use whatever park it is. You give them the information and you accept their money and you move on. But I would always tell my staff, sometimes that is the only interaction that they have with the city. People calling for that permit, because typically the people calling for a governmental agency, it's not a pleasant experience. They're not calling for something that's going to typically make them happy. They're calling because they have a challenge that we need to solve. And so I would always tell them that this may be the only interaction that citizen has with us. And so we want to make sure that we leave them with the best experience possible. We want to make sure that when they tell someone else that they call the General Services Department or they call the Civil Rights Department, or in this case, when they call Wayne County or they interface with us, that is the best experience that they've had. And so we can, one, reverse the stigma that interacting with government is is an unpleasant experience.
Right.
And two, ensure that we're building up the people of our community. And so the sheriff and I align in that respect. And so, like I said, it was just a no-brainer when he asked for me to come and assist him in ensuring that his agency is represented well and ensuring that he is doing what it is that he wants to do, and also what he needs to do, and to ensure that he is in the position where he needs to be to serve the citizens of Wayne County and his 43 cities that he governs. So it's a pleasure to be here. We go back and forth all the time. It's almost as if
it's hard for him to let go. It's hard.
It is very difficult for him to let go. I think
it's going to take a while.
Yes.
It may even take a whole village to help.
And I don't even know sometimes that I'm doing that. It's just
because you're so accustomed to it.
I'm just so hands-on and detail-oriented that I'm asking about things that I should not even be asking about. But it's just the little things that I want to see right, go right. And I'm going to learn it. I am going to learn that.
You're going to learn.
But what she said
was a good helper and a good teacher. Erica has been around, and she will help you.
Yes,
make the adjustment.
But that's
because it will be an adjustment.
It will be. It will be. And what she said was so true as it relates to just taking care of people and seeing about people. I often tell my wife when we're trying to have a little movie night, and I'll say it all the time, and we're trying to just sit back and watch Netflix, and it's 10 o'clock and somebody's calling. And I say, listen, honey, you got to put it on pause because I got to take this call. And she's like, you got to take a call at 10 o'clock? I'm like, somebody's calling because they need me or they need something. Else they wouldn't have called. I got my great friends. We don't even talk anymore like that because I'm so busy. So if someone's calling me at 10 o'clock at night, and I don't recognize the number because I give my number out to the community, drives my people crazy, but I'll be standing in front of 500 people and I'll give them my number because I don't think people would take advantage of that because I am the police still. They're not going to just bother me. You know what I mean? So I have to answer the phone. I tell you, you got to put it on pause because somebody's calling because they need something and they need me to fix it right now. And I feel obligated to do that because I gave them my number, and they would call me at 5 or 6 o'clock if it was just, hey, Sheriff, I'm just calling to see how you're doing. But if they're calling at that time of night, they need something. And I can't say they gave my number and something tragic happened to them and they wanted me to help them and I didn't answer the phone.
And the first time I heard you in a big group stand up and give your number out, I thought, oh my goodness, no, he didn't.
Yes.
People had pen and paper, they were writing it down.
And they were, and they do.
I said, oh my goodness, he can't do that.
And
I saw the look on your wife's face.
Yes.
Oh my.
Yes. And you know what? And to that end, thank God. When I started doing that early last year, maybe might have been a little bit before that. But when I started doing that, I'm telling you, they have not taken advantage of that. Have I had a call or two or three? absolutely. But they have not, and I just think that
Well,
I think that they hold on to that and they'll use it if they ever use it. But for some reason, it was there talked about government and giving people the service that they need. Some people think even though the sheriff gave him a number, he ain't gonna answer the phone, or I ain't gonna be able to get through them, or it's some kind of fake number. So they don't use it. They really don't. It's really not overwhelming. It's really not.
good.
Well, that's good to hear. But just something to think about, Erica. Maybe we get him a second cell phone that he gives out, so
Yeah,
that you can at least have
her
movie
number.
night.
Her
And if the
number.
Yes,
second
my
one rings,
number.
you could.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, we're going to, ensure, well, try, because it's difficult, but that
I
he
know.
is
I'm-
not
I'm-
broadcasting his phone number out to masses of people because
I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to stop doing that.
Okay.
I'm going to stop doing that.
But I know how you feel about that, because I'm chastising you, but I used to do the same thing until my staff said one day, and you guys will probably know Ray Solomon. He was my staff. He said, "Boss, you can't do that. Boss,
Yes.
don't do that no more. Give him my number, boss.
Yes.
Don't do that,
Yes.
boss."
yes, and that is true, and I just think, again, I think law enforcement, they're a little hesitant to bother me about the cat in the tree. You know what I mean, or something won't come down and all. I don't think, and that's my philosophy on why I do that, because I still don't think they would just take advantage of just calling me to be calling me.
yeah, we want to change the philosophy. We're going to change the narrative.
All right.
just a little
Yes,
bit.
ma'am. I done heard from you and my other mother, so I'm good.
Yes.
I got it. I got it.
Yes, because we want wife to be able to enjoy at least a night.
Yes, and that's
Without
all
the
she really gets is at night, So yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would be a wonderful thing. Sheriff, tell me what's going on with your recruiting. I know we've got lots of vacancies.
Yes.
And I know you've got a huge recruiting effort going on. How is that going, and what are you doing?
So it's going well. We have a lot of people that are in the queue, so to speak, that we're investigating and getting the things done that we need. I just got off the phone with one of my lead recruiters, and we're meeting tomorrow morning at 10:30 to give me a real update on where we are. The biggest thing I know from a snapshot is that as much as we're bringing people in, we're still losing people due to retirement and those kind of things. So the attrition is the issue, and we're trying to figure out with the help of the county exec how we retain those people. And he's putting some things into place with us to make us very compatible with other agencies, and that's working. As he announced at the state of the county, that our local, our supervisors union has already signed on board early, getting their contract done and voted on, and they voted on it because it's probably one of the best contracts they've ever had in the history of their time with the agency. And we're now moving toward the officers union to bring them to the same place. And we think that will eventually help us with our attrition, and won't, we won't be bringing in 20 people at our graduations that we try to do once a month, bringing in 20 people, but losing 22 people over that time, and so you're really not gaining anything,
Yeah.
And so it's going well, and we're trying to, get on that end where some of those it's time for them to leave, they will stay a while longer, and because they're being paid, decent money to stay a little while longer sometimes. And I have mixed feelings about that. But because I think when people are ready to leave law enforcement, it might be something different from other places. But when you're ready to leave law enforcement, you're probably, ready to really, really leave, because a lot happens over 25 years or so. And we don't talk about a lot of things that, as law enforcement officers, because we hold them in, and I say that if someone's really ready to leave, I want them to leave because I want them to have the quality of life that they're looking for now after serving for so long. And I don't know how much you're really going to get from them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because
We don't want them to stay just to be at a post sitting,
You-
not doing anything.
you have to serve our resident population.
Mhm.
You have to protect them. You have to care about them. We have to care about the community outside, and we have to give them the all. And if you're really like, I don't want to be here anymore, but I'm just here, you're not giving the citizens that, you know?
That's right.
And
I
I think
agree.
we have to, as public servants, we have to give the citizens our all,
Yes.
because we
Mhm.
signed up for this. It's our chosen profession, and we, as long as we're here, we should be giving them our all.
I agree. I agree. Now, graduations are coming up.
Mhm.
Our recruiters, I'm sure they're getting to all the high schools in not just Wayne County, but all around the area, to talk to those young people about coming on to the sheriff's department as they graduate. Those who have not decided what they're going to do, that would be an excellent opportunity for them.
We are in those schools regularly, and we're talking to them, because everyone is not going to college right away.
No.
And like the most of us who are leaders in law enforcement did not do, for various reasons, maybe single family homes, or we didn't get the scholarships that everyone had, and we couldn't afford to go to college, and we went to work, and we went to school while we worked. And
Yes.
and we're telling some who aren't necessarily jumping off into college, whether it's a skilled trade, which is very good, I wish I had a skilled trade.
Yes.
I really do. I really wish I did. I had, whether it be carpentry or plumbing or electrical or bricklaying. I just wish I had something. I'm the police. That's what I am. That's what I do. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to do some teaching with that as well. But I often say I wish I had a skilled trade. But nevertheless, we're in those schools, and we're telling people, skilled trades, law enforcement. You know, you can come in there with a high school diploma, or even a GED. You can come into our agencies, and you can apply, and we will train you, and we will set the pathway for you to go to school, possibly with even some reimbursement with that. And so we're out there beating the bushes, and we're really getting those applicants or those young people to know that there is something to do. The other side is we have to fight that law enforcement is still a noble profession, and that's the fight that we're fighting. And you know, some of the young people, they're different than us, and it's so scary for me to say us now, because I sound like my parents, you know, like we're so much older, you know. And I often ask my 37-year-old son, I said, "Do your friends think I'm old?" They said, "Yeah, Dad, they think you old." You know what I'm saying?
Oh my!
And it makes me shiver, man. I'm like, I'm not old, but no, we are.
But let's qualify that. Old is a good thing.
Yeah, there you go. And I often say that now.
Just want to share that. Old is a good thing.
I'm where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Right.
That's where we want to be.
We have lost so many young people. So I said that to say that, you know, we want to get them, but they're different. They want to be entrepreneurs. You know, they're in a different place than we were at that time. You know, they often tell us, "No, I want to start a company." What kind of company you want to start? "Oh, I want to start a t-shirt company." And I said, "Well, you need money to start that, you know, and you don't necessarily want to get loans and getting into that at 19, 20, 21 and getting that. Come to work with us and save some money and work as much as you want to work while you're 19, 20, 21, 25, and build your bank account up. And now when you want to go start your business, you got some money to start your business with versus a loan."
Exactly.
And I'm telling them that, and I think it's resonating a little, but it is the truth, you know. And you know, when I remember when I went to the service at 18 years old, and it was the Army National Guard, but I had to go to military. I had to go to the Army for basic training in AIT, and which is just advanced individual training after basic training. And when I came back, because I was joined the Michigan State National Guard, but I had to go away for the training. I had, at 19 years old, I bought my first car, and it was a brand new car because I had a chance to save some money, right? And not have to spend money because I was in the service. You wash your clothes and to feed you and all of that. And so I had a chance to buy my first car ever was a brand new car. And then I had an apartment. I had my own apartment at 20 years old. You know, mom said, well, you know, you're 18, 19 years old now, you got to pay rent. And I was like, okay, well, how much was rent? $100. And a friend of mine told me he had an apartment, and he said, man, my rent is $150. It was on LaSalle and Linwood. And I said, well, let me see that. And I went over there. He said, $50 more, man, you could live in your own apartment. I went right home and told my mom, I love you, baby, but, you know, I'm going to have my own place for $150 because I had a job then that was, you know, able to, it wasn't the police department yet, but it was a job. Yeah. And so I try to tell these young people, just come with us and earn some money, and we'll teach you how to treat people, and we'll teach you discipline, and we'll teach you all of that, and you'll be on your way to be successful in life. So, you know, we're doing all that. We're doing all that as much as we can.
That is wonderful, wonderful. Next question: how's our jail going?
Jail's going good. Thank you for asking. The jail's going good. We're looking at that every day. I know you all are dying to get in there to visit.
Thank you very much. Thank you for qualifying that.
Exactly. You all want to come see it, and we want you all to see it because it's really a state-of-the-art building, and it's going to be very nice. And we're getting to the close of when they're going to turn the keys over to us, although they'll still be doing some work. They're going to give it to us and say, okay, this is now yours. We're going to still do some things, and now we can start to move some things in and get some things done to get ready for the grand opening, which they're telling us now would be about somewhere around October now, and it could be sooner. But I said it's got to be before the snow comes. So please, let's get into it. So that's where we are with that. And we do want the citizens to come in and see it. Those that, you know, want to, some leaders in the community and things we want to open that up as best we can. And then we'll be able to start moving our resident population in, and Ken Worthy prosecutor's office will start moving their people in, and the juvenile detention facility will start to move their people in, and the courts will start, the judges and all of those people that make the Third Circuit Court run. It's going to be a lot, but it's going to be so what we need to be all in one place, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And I think one of the nicest parts that I think the employees will love, the county executive announced that parking will be free. That's like getting a raise.
That was a game changer. I'm telling you, that was a game changer. I look, I stood up and gave him a standing ovation. I'm like, definitely, because we've been fighting that fight on my Tuesday meetings. The officers want to know, is parking going to be free? You know, and we looked at Macomb County, Oakland County, Washtenaw County in our area, and all of their parking is free. Did I lose you? I think I lost you.
Yeah, I think so. It looks like
she'll be back on.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. So what? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So
there
I was saying before we got disconnected that we did a study with Washington, Macomb, and Oakland counties sheriff's offices, and they all provide free parking, which is what most police departments do in our area. Provide free parking for their staff and those that work there. And we downtown, we don't have a big parking lot for that. So officers have to try to park wherever they can. And they gave us some relaxed parking downtown, but we're going to have our own parking lots in the area. And I think it's a game changer. So I was happy about that.
Oh, that's going to be, as you said, it was a game changer. That's
absolutely.
Great. That is absolutely.
We will be now competing with those who, in other words, had an advantage over us with these kind of amenities that we should have. Being the largest jail, county jail in the state of Michigan, you know, we should look like that, you know, and act like that. And these kind of things that the county executive's office is doing to help us be that county jail is tremendous, and we're really happy about it.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's gonna be great time. Now,
Mhm.
one of my favorite subjects, the citizens group that you started last year. Are you gonna have another one?
Citizens Academy. We're talking about
Citizens
that,
Academy.
and Erica's going to be a big part of that and helping us out with moving that forward, doing that again. Regina is going to still be a part of it, and we were just saying, the thought was that that the citizens who were there would help us create the next group of Citizen Academy participants. Follow me? So that would be you, Marbell, who said to a few of your constituents, hey, you need to get involved in this Citizens Academy. And they don't have to be leaders in the community like you. They could just be everyone. We just want to start it with some leaders. And then we want you all to go out and say, this is what you want to do. You got to go. I did it. Got a certificate for it. Had a little nice dinner for you at the end, and then we learned a lot about what the sheriff's office does because people don't know what the sheriff's office does, and they don't know because the main reason they don't know is because all 43 cities and townships in Wayne County all have their own police department. So we're not out doing calls for service necessarily, answering 911 calls. If we were doing that, we'd be on the news a lot, like James White, Detroit Police, and other places, and so I kind of want to be careful what I'm asking for. But what we do know, what we do want people to know is that we're out here serving the public with narcotic units and mounted units in the parks and our Marine unit and our secondary road units that's out serving people in the community, and our warrant enforcement bureau that goes out and seek those who have warrants, felony warrants even, that are in the Wayne County area, our tether unit. We got a lot going on in the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, being responsible for our county parks, our county courts, and our county jails. So those not just the three things, all other things I mentioned as well. So we want people to know about that. And you are a witness that you learned about all of that in our 4 or 5 week, 1 day a week Citizens Academy.
It was a wonderful academy, absolutely wonderful academy. I tell people about it all the time.
Sure.
The sheriff's department is doing stuff that you don't even think of.
Exactly.
But that Marine division, and I love the motorcycle that I could only sit on because I couldn't lift it, couldn't move it. It's heavy, but I loved it.
I wouldn't. I'm glad you just not telling me because I was like, you can't hurt. This is precious cargo right here, and you can't get on there and fall and hurt yourself. So I'm glad you told me now. I wouldn't let them put you on that motorcycle. But but no,
great experience. You learn so much, just so much, and I think more and more citizens need to know what Wayne County really does.
Yes.
They just don't know.
Yes.
And they kind of think that Wayne County and Detroit are the same thing, and you think about police sometimes, and it's just such a huge difference in what the county is responsible for and what the city is responsible for. And so I think it's just an excellent opportunity for people to learn and to grow and to spread the word about the good news that Wayne County.
Have the good news. So have those names ready for us because
I will.
I think we're. I'm going to talk with some of our staff. They're working on that, and I want to know. I want to be able to tell you when that date is, when we're projecting that date, so that you can start. So you can even start telling those people that you may have listed when it is, so they can start getting them themselves. We don't like to do it in the middle of vacation time, in the summer. But I thought we did you all like the beginning of the fall, was it maybe?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, and so it'll probably be somewhere because we wanted to do it early and then do it right after the summer is over. So we talked about trying to do it twice. So let me get on that and figure that out. But it's coming up. And thanks for asking about that.
Great.
It's coming up.
Great. Thank you so much, Sheriff. Thank you so much, Erica, for introducing yourself and being with us and being with the Sheriff. Thank you so much, both of you. We are happy that you were with us. Thank you again. Everyone, this has been the Community Bell Show with our guest, the Honorable Ray Washington, Sheriff of Wayne County, and Madam Erica Hill, who is now his executive assistant, who is going to make Sure. Then he doesn't answer his phone on date night.
There you go. There you go.
Absolutely.
They'll call her now. There you
That's
go.
right.
Have a
Absolutely.
great week, everyone. We'll see you next Monday at 4 o'clock for the Community Bell Show. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Thank you for listening to Community Bell with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner Edna Bell. This broadcast was brought to you by WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, our website, www.wvtcradio.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. If you've enjoyed this broadcast, tell a friend to tune in. We'll see you next Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern to the Community Bell Show, right here on WVTC Radio Detroit.
Hey y'all, summer is coming. We want to remind you of the WVTC. Wash your hands. Stay updated on your vaccinations. If you got a temperature, get a COVID test and cover your cough. We're on a mission, so don't let COVID stop you.
Hi, I'm Sandy Rose.
Hi, I'm Reverend Franklin D. Morris Jr.
Hi, I'm Pastor William Q. James, and we're the owners of WVTC Gospel Radio Network.
And I am Ramon Perry, president of WVTC.
Well, with your votes and prayers, WVTC Gospel Radio Network made it to round 2 of the Stellar Gospel Music Awards in the category of Internet Radio Station of the Year. And one last time, we need your vote.
So we need you to go to www.thestellarawards.com and click on the 2023 Radio Station Award ballot.
Once you're on the ballot, look for the category Internet Radio Station of the Year and cast your vote for WVTC Gospel Radio Network, Ramon Perry, president.
Voting is limited to 2 per household, and voting closes on Monday, May 1st.
We thank you for voting for WVTC Gospel Radio Network, and we ask that God's continued blessings upon you and your entire family. Remember, we're WVTC Gospel Radio Network, where
We're winning victory through Christ.
We are WVTC Detroit. What it is. We're gospel music, preaching, teaching, inspiration, encouragement, news, and guest interviews. We are WVTC. We're winning victories through Christ. WVTC Detroit. All up in the community. That's who we are. What it is.
You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing